with a Little Feat influence, with a Cream influence, with Phil Brown's influence.
I think you're under the influence.
Yeah, well, sometimes I have. Sometimes in the past, yes. I mean,
thank you.
I don't go the sober road, but maybe 2 or 3 beers a month. But yes, I do have vivid memories of Euphoria. Anyway, no, I just wanted to. I was listening to the song and so taken with it. But anyway, David, you said you got something you want to throw in there.
Yeah, we're going to run out of time. I wanted to be sure. And first off, ask Phil, we're going to be able to get you back here again so we can talk more in the not too far distant future?
It'd be my honor to come back again.
Be our pleasure to have you join us. Now, in the space of about 30 seconds here, tell us a little bit about this next track we're going to play, thing you've also supplied for us, and we're very glad. I want to get this on before we run out of time. It's called Cries and Whispers. Tell us about it, Phil.
Originally, I was signed to Warner Brothers as a writer, and a friend of mine from England said, let's write something for Roger Daltrey. So we did. He never cut this, and then over this last year, I said, I should remake that song. So I did. And what you're hearing is what we were thinking of. You'll hear the Tony Bennett influence, and I was a huge fan of the Rat Pack, so this song sort of came out of that songwriting genre that came out. You guys have a listen. I hope you like it.
Fantastic. A totally different sound. I think our listeners are going to like it too. Phil, thank you so much for coming and sharing with us today. We definitely want to have you come back in the future, and you get that album made. Give us a holler. We'll be glad to help you premiere it and kick it off. Ladies and gentlemen, Phil Brown.
Fantastic. You can go to philbrownguitar.com. Find out more information if you want.
Great. Thanks again. Phil Brown, ladies and gentlemen, Cries and Whispers.
You crossed my mind today, though you're a million miles away, and though you made me cry, I'll take you back any old time. Different time zone, the lonely voice inside my head. Oh, I wish I could, but I can't forget. Here comes the night, I reach for you. These empty arms, oh, they're aching for you. My mind tumbles as it crumbles into cries and whispers, yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me calling? Can you see me? Can you catch me falling?
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's Phil Brown, formerly of Little Feat, now with his group called Apaches from Paris. And the next time we have him on the show, we're going to have to ask him about that name. I have a hunch there's a story that goes along with the name of his group.
I love the name. Paris. The name is terrific. Yeah,
I love the music too, and I love our next guest, who's going to be joining us in about 3.5 minutes. Miss Nicki Kris, ladies and gentlemen, here she is on Heartbeat. Nicki Kris, Heartbeat. Come on in here and say hello, Nicki.
Hello, 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 hello.
Hello, Nicki.
Welcome back. So glad to have you here with us.
How are you both doing?
Good. Well, we're doing as well as a couple of radio guys can. I mean, yeah, hanging in there. How about yourself?
I'm hanging in there. I'm still sore from the accident, but I'm getting better.
Well, that's at least you're getting better. That's the important thing. And
yes,
we're glad to have you back here on the show with us. Thank you for coming and spending some time with us. And I know you've got a message we want to get into here, because Heartbeat that we just played is the title tune from an album that you not only have yet to put out, but you're doing a Kickstarter campaign to finance the production of the album, and we wanted to not only share that with our listeners, but we wanted you to maybe come in and explain not only how Kickstarter works, but why you chose to do it this way.
Sure. Yeah. So, yes, I have launched a Kickstarter. It's actually to help with finishing up the production of the album. I've actually invested half of the money needed to complete the album and was hoping to get the other half to finish it through Kickstarter. Nowadays, though, launching an album after doing a Kickstarter is not uncommon. There's a lot of bands that have done it. Toad the Wet Sprocket, TLC, using Kickstarter as a way to kind of get the money up front. Think of it as almost like a pre-sale and not having to go through a label, per se, to help get your project released. So we, toss this back and forth, and I decided to go for it. It is actually not my first time running one of these, but I did this one completely different. Took the time to actually, explain what Kickstarter was, what crowdfunding is in general, the whole process, kind of gave some examples of bands that have utilized this in the past. You really utilize social media with kicking it off with like live streaming and, live launching, and we're now live. So yay.
Right.
Woohoo.
And you have been. No,
I have been, yes.
Yes, you have been. We have seen you around social media over the last few days since you started this campaign. I think the important point for the listeners especially is the fact that to understand that it's a double-edged sword. In the days when the record companies financed the artist albums, and they still do in a lot of occasions, but you have so many independent artists now that the scene has changed. And the double-edged sword bit is simply that when you have a record label, a major label backing you, you have, all the money they want to pour into producing the album, promoting it, getting it out there, and getting you out on tour. But, of course, the other side of the coin is you got to pay the piper, and that money comes out of your profits when you do start selling. And if you don't sell a lot of music, then they're not going to look too favorably on you. This way, by doing a Kickstarter campaign and financing it yourself, you are obligated really to no one but the fans. And in the long run, I think that's what it's all about. I mean, let's face it, the music is for the fans. You perform for the fans. Why not do the whole thing for the fans? And you've come up with a kind of a bonus package that gives them some spiffs for helping you out.
Yeah, I mean, and we researched all the fun little rewards, I guess you could say. It really took time in crafting them. I didn't want to just throw, anything out, right? Because, anybody can buy a T-shirt or things like that. But, I researched what